Hey, welcome to the Black Umbrella, where all we do is whine about the world around us. We cover sports, politics, current events, and whatever else we can fit.
Time out. Chris,
God damn it.
Stop biting your bottom lip, bro.
Let me do my thing.
Hey, welcome to the Black Umbrella, where all we do is whine about the world around us. We cover sports, politics, current events, and whatever else we can fit under our umbrella.
What is playing in the background?
Oh, shit.
Helicopter.
The gangster music you was playing.
Yeah, turn your music on, nigga.
Welcome to the Black Umbrella, where all we do is whine about the world around us. We cover sports, politics, current events, and whatever else we can fit under our umbrella. Right now, subscribe to this podcast and receive updates about new episodes. And don't forget to hit the bell icon on our YouTube page to get notified of new visuals. This is a show for every hyphen American. We are your hosts, Dibs, C-Watt, and the winner of last night's beauty pageant, Chris, Michelle Angelina Obama Jones.
Fuck you.
Before we go any further, as you call them, they call you when they need something. Trees for the blunt, to G's for the front. I found a way to get peace of mind for years and left the hell alone. Turn a deaf ear to the cellular phone.
So basically, this black man from Dallas named Kevin Kelly, he had a run-in with a lot of his patrons that are black women. They were twerking in his restaurant. Now, there's a story that happened, or there's more that happened before this. I'm going to play the 1 minute 38-second video clip, but there's more that happened before it. You would actually have to watch this Ricky Smiley morning show. But I'm going to play the clip real quick, and then we'll get into it.
Real talk. And so all this twerking and take it to prime, take it to pink, don't bring it here because we're a restaurant. And so beyond that, 75% of my customers are ladies. And I want men to show respect for themselves for how they carry themselves here. So how can I tell the men to respect themselves and you guys are twerking on glass here? If you want to do it, get the out my restaurant. I invested a lot of money into buying this building, into developing this concept so black people can have somewhere nice to go to, okay? Somewhere where we can feel good about ourselves as a, come on, stop the music, please. Somewhere where our people can feel good about ourselves as a culture, okay? Yeah. No, real talk. And so all this twerking, take it to prime, take it to pink, don't bring it here because we're a restaurant.
I saw this on Twitter. I think it was this morning. I saw that on Twitter, and I saw the video, and look at the outrage of it. And honestly, I feel there's a middle ground to be had here. I understand, like, as the owner of a restaurant, you want your establishment to be a certain way. You want to have that respectable decorum to it, but also, like, you want it to be for your people and, like, for the culture. I understand what he was saying. The way he went about it, that wasn't it.
Okay, so let me say this. He had asked them multiple times.
Cut that shit out, dog.
That's not the first time. The only thing that got caught in the video, and I guess I guess we can only really, well, that's the only visual proof that we have of what happened. But he went on the Ricky Smiley show and said he had asked those ladies multiple times not to dance. Okay, so I guess we can answer this and give our viewpoint based on both situations. Let's say he's lying and didn't actually tell them to stop dancing. We can give our viewpoint on that. Or let's just say he did tell them to stop dancing and they kept dancing. We can give our viewpoint on that. Okay. Two different scenarios. They should have different reactions from.
I see Dibs is like, he's got those hands together. He's formulating. Like, he got his shit and he ready. Dibs, you want to go first, or you want me to go first, or
Chris? You go first every single time, bro. So you might as well just.
That's what I'm asking Dibs if you want to go. Like,
you might as well.
Sure. Let me say this. I wanna preface my comments because there's a lot of stuff going through my mind right now. I hadn't heard about this until just now. At first, I was excited.
So excited.
Okay, I heard that it was some ladies twerking in the restaurant, and all I saw was a dude yelling and chastising grown people. So there was no evidence of the twerking.
You have the ocular proof.
For him to stop the twerking and not get it on film, probably the most offensive part to me. Other than that, that's his business. That's his establishment. That's his restaurant. If the rules are, I want this to be a place of only eating and then you leave, don't twerk in my restaurant. Now, like I said, if
are you answering as if he had
he
told
lied
them?
and didn't tell him to stop?
Yeah, are you answering as if he told them?
The same. I think it applies both ways, whether he told them 1 time or 12 times. Depending on how egregious they was with it. Like from the video, it didn't look like they were standing on the tables twerking, but it's a time and a place for everything. It didn't seem like he was trying to present that place to be a dance club or a bar. It was just supposed to be a nice, like you said, nice place for the culture to come relax, have drinks, eat food.
Well, if you notice, he asked the DJ to turn the music down. So what type of music was getting played?
It don't matter. That's just like saying, that argument was made on Twitter. To me, it don't matter what type of music was playing. I mean, it doesn't. It's just like saying, well, what was she wearing? It doesn't matter. It's not appropriate. I don't want to see ass cheeks clapping while I'm eating my meal.
Baby, make that ass clap.
You know that, like, what is Prime and Pink, the places that he named, were those strip clubs or were those other restaurants?
No, those are other restaurants. Those are more.
They about to get
maybe they have. I don't know.
Restaurants. So I don't see, like, he even gave them an alternative. Like, it wasn't like he was like, but that's what I'm saying. This is all we ask people to do. We ask people, well, if I can't do it here, if I can't twerk here while I'm eating my prime rib, where can I do it? You can take it to Prime or you can take it to Pink.
So pretty much he's speaking for these other restaurants, pretty much.
Yeah, well, I mean, not even speaking for the restaurants, but it's like when you get put out of an establishment, I have some experience with this. If you get put out of an establishment, you got to be, you can't want my money. You can't want my money and expect me to, be called out. Well,
he said, I don't need your money. He did say that in the video.
Right. So, and that's the part that rubbed me the wrong way, because my thing is, you're arguing about the type of establishment that you want. You're arguing that the behavior they're exhibiting goes against what you want as your establishment. However, your behavior in doing so is, to me, doing the very same thing that what they're twerking is doing in your establishment. Because as you come out, as you're the owner, and you come out cussing out these customers, because he swore at them, you come in and the way you talk to them, you look bad as, I don't need your money. Bro, you are doing the very thing to your establishment that you say that they're twerking is doing, because now you're going to be shown in a negative light. Because now
or positive light. Or positive light. I've seen a lot of positive feedback from what he did.
Yes, he's going to get positive feedback based on what they were doing. But if you look at what his actions and his behavior wasn't actually becoming as well. While he was in the right, and I understand where he was coming from. However, if you want to have a professional environment where people can just come eat, have upscale drinking, and like have a nice, chill, relaxed spot, your behavior as an owner when handling those situations needs to be as such. Instead of you going over there and addressing them like that, have security. Hey, you know what? You guys need to leave.
So I'm assuming that you're giving your response based on the fact that you didn't see him prior to the video.
If he would have sent security over there and told them to leave, he wouldn't be over there saying take that somewhere else. The security and police would have been involved at that point. That to me shows me that he didn't politely or have his staff, hey, if you can't listen, the second time we have to ask, you know what? If he don't need their money, cool. Comp their meal, tell him to leave. You don't need their money, right?
That would have been the proper thing to do. I'm still looking for why he didn't want to see the twerking. Maybe it was bad.
Maybe he married.
Maybe he smelled something.
Do you smell it? That smell. The kind of smelly smell. The smelly smell that smells.
We don't serve seafood.
This ain't that kind of restaurant.
Well, I mean, selling croquettes.
A million things could have happened to lead to that point, but I do agree with that point. It was another way to handle it. The way he handled it, getting up on his soapbox and chastising people in public. No, you don't do that. But at that point, I wouldn't want to eat there. I would have just left.
Right.
I mean, do you think that's
I'm leaving.
you guys are talking about security, but do you think that warrants bringing security in? So let's say you have a situation like that, and security comes in.
Yes, why not?
Let's say, hold on. Let's say it escalates further than what you thought it would. So you're thinking security is going to escort, and I don't know how many of these women were twerking. I don't know. Let's say it's 5. Let's say it's 10. Security comes over to escort them out. Hands start getting thrown.
Now enough is enough, boy. Run and get stuffed, boy. Love is a must, boy. No, if you buck, boy.
Why you always got to take it to the extreme? Them women is not about to throw no hands over getting escorted out. What they gonna do?
Knows? You don't know people. People are capable of doing anything.
Okay, and so that's why. What was he gonna do as the owner?
They're gonna pull their phones out and say we getting put out for twerking.
Right.
Only telling half the story. What needed to happen was like Chris said, security needed to come over, tell these women, hey, we asked you to stop twerking. Now we asking you to leave. If they didn't leave, or even if they did leave, after they left, whether they was twerking or not, a sign need to go up. No twerking. Take it to Prime.
A sign will work. But was there even security though? Did we even see security?
If not, then he needs to invest in security. My thing is the way he handles it.
That's not like an everyday occurrence. Like at Denny's, you just chilled. Like, hold on, them hoes over there twerking.
Hey, first of all,
some security just in case this happens. It's not.
But Denny's still has security. You go to Denny's at around 12 a certain time tonight. They still have security.
Depends on the Denny's you're talking about. But
if that's the case, then moving forward, he needs to invest in security. He needs to invest in some type of way to mitigate that whole type of situation should it arise again. Because now what you do, if you go on Twitter and you look at the responses, like it was well received and it wasn't well received. It's actually, I've seen the split.
I want to know, is this the suburbs?
No, nigga, it's Dallas.
How am I supposed to know about Dallas? I ain't never been there.
Dallas is a city, nigga. What do you mean? Is it a suburb? Dallas is a city.
You better check your tone, girl. Keep your inside voice on. So put your ass outside.
Okay, is this a nice part of the city? That's what I mean. We are talking about Preston Center.
I've been to Dallas a couple times, and it's all the same to me.
It's got to be real nice. They don't have targets in the hood.
They don't have targets in the hood?
No.
It looked legit. I mean, like,
and it's a Hilton right there. Nice. Yeah, that's in the good part of the city because it's a Hilton, right? It's a hotel right there.
Let's see.
Why didn't you just click on it? Because it's.
I don't know. I'm not computer savvy, bro.
Yeah, you clearly not.
This.
Bro,
this ain't no hood.
Right. It's not the hood. That wasn't in question.
No, the question is, you only need security. Typically, restaurants have security in places where, in high crime areas.
Bro, sometimes your hosts act as security as well. Like. You don't need top flight sitting up front to escort them out.
We top flight security of the world, Craig.
But some restaurants do have your hosts. Okay, they'll come where you have one of the cooks like on standby. Like, hey, bro, like I got you.
Chris. Now, Chris, I've worked at Olga's Kitchen. If somebody was cutting up in the dining area, I was a waiter. Somebody was cutting up in the dining area, and somebody was like, "Colin, escort them." I'd be like, that ain't me, cuz. That ain't me.
No. Big N, Lil O. No.
That ain't what I do.
Yeah, but that's you. You can't speak for everybody. That's you. But however, if that's the case, if this is the issue that he's having, then call the police. My thing is, there's other ways that he could have handled this situation.
I think that's worse. The way he handled the police. Calling the police on a bunch of women dancing looks worse than going up and cussing them out, bro.
Bitch, nigga, snitch, nigga, hoe, nigga, nigga, snitch, nigga, hoe.
That looks way worse.
I'm not saying call the police because they because they twerking. I'm saying they refuse to leave.
Just call the police, period. And that's it.
Units. Bring everybody you got.
That's a waste of taxpayers' money. I can't believe you would say that, Chris.
I need tanks. What? Call the police?
For that?
I'm not saying just because they twerking, fool. I'm saying if they refuse to leave and it gets to that point where people start throwing hands, then yes. So you say the man shouldn't have security. You say you shouldn't have security. You shouldn't call the police. So then what is he going to do in the future to mitigate a situation if, in your example, they start throwing hands?
I mean, me personally, I don't think it's that deep. I wouldn't have said anything. And then I would have put that sign up as soon as they left and been like, all right, we're going to make sure there's no twerking. I don't even think it's that deep.
Hands with, so they all jumped the owner for coming up and saying something.
Right. Like, Colin got to take stuff to the extreme all the time. They got
I'm saying security.
Bring out these switchblades.
I was assuming that y'all saw security sitting up in there. And y'all were saying have security come and escort. X amount of people, X amount of women out of the restaurant.
Bro, or you could just ask them to, honestly, you don't even need to do, you probably don't need security. However, I would say recommend security just in case it escalates. However, just having a waiter say, hey, we've asked you to stop multiple times. You continue. We're gonna need you to leave.
That's gonna be the only
Simple as
restaurant in downtown Dallas on Preston Avenue that's got security. People gonna be like, oh, I don't want to go there. I'm good.
You don't even need security. Like I said, they don't need to be dressed like top flight.
I'm a real top flight motherfucking security guard. You got to recognize the difference between the police, a top flight.
You got security. There don't even need to be security because mostly when you go to the casino, do you know what security is? No, because them niggas in suits. It looks like it was an upscale restaurant. It looks like an upscale area. Have them wear suits and be the host. They can take names and do whatever, but boom, somebody act up, they getting dealt with.
If you in a certain area, that's a bad look.
It's not a bad look. If you got the dudes in suits as your host, security? It's not a bad look.
Security means that you are waiting for something to pop off.
Bro, they don't look like security, bro. They're wearing suits.
Hey, watch your mouth, woman. Watch your mouth, woman.
Like they're dressed like
people
staff.
People would know that you at some point where we get around that you got security at that place.
I've never heard of an establishment being looked at bad because they got security.
Say what?
I've never heard of an establishment being looked at bad because they had security.
Okay.
Name one. Name one.
You go to West Bloomfield.
I guarantee you, going there after food, I guarantee you they get you right. I guarantee you somebody gonna meet you at the table gonna get you right and get you up out of there.
Well, maybe us, because we some niggas.
And guess what? They're gonna be.
You don't want them cops coming up. You don't want them.
Jay Alexander's at Somerset got security, bro. What are you talking about?
This is the problem right here. This is the problem, and y'all doing exactly what the dude in the video did. Defining black people as a monolith.
Huh?
Okay? He's saying
words, bro.
Something for the culture. Twerking is a part of the culture.
Twerking is a part of the culture.
All he needed to say was he didn't want it at his restaurant. He got a problem with twerking.
You know what? You're right.
It ain't a problem with the culture. You're not building a space for the culture if we can't twerk when 2 Chainz come on.
I got a question. Since when is twerking a sign means that you don't have respect for yourself?
Right.
Like when he said that, I was like, bro, like you trying to slut shame? Like what is this? Well, I don't get this.
You just called them sluts. So I mean,
Colin, see, this is why I can just sometimes see my hand around your neck.
Look, I got no problem with twerking. I just think that if there's something that I don't want brought into my restaurant, I will put a sign up. Me personally,
there's a way to say that without saying that they're not respecting themselves.
Nose picking would probably be a sign that I put out there that I don't want in my restaurant. But twerking wouldn't be it.
Well, nobody thinks that people are going to come in a restaurant twerking. But also, you do have a DJ, and it is for the culture.
There's nothing wrong with making a decision and then changing your mind. But if you never commit to what you believe in, who will ever commit to you?
If you play in a certain type of music,
and you serve alcohol,
built a restaurant for black people.
Now, there's nothing wrong with a little indecision.
Right.
Black people are going to occupy that restaurant if you have a certain type of music. Go ahead.
Black folk identify black areas as a safe space. It's a black restaurant, cool. It's a safe space. That's why when you go to Nikki's, it smell like fried chicken, and like you walk out of there like, damn, like, but it's a safe space. It's for us to be us. I ain't never known a nightclub to serve fried chicken. You eating your wings and you dancing, but it's for us. It's part of our culture. I'm not saying Jesus, we gotta edit that part out.
They need to
come across real bad. But you say what?
We get our $20 from Nikki for that plug.
But yeah, I don't want to sound stereotypical, but I mean, but it's true. Like we identify black businesses and black as a safe space for us, for we can be ourselves. So while you may not want twerking in your establishment, that's fine. You may have asked them, that's fine. There's a different way of handling that, but then stop trying to like fatherly, like I want to say parent black women. You don't need to give all that.
Everybody don't want to be saved. You don't have to save everybody. Like I said, the soliloquy he went on about creating a safe space for the culture, a safe space for black people to come to and be part of the culture, a nice place. That's your definition of nice.
Right.
I might want to go to Prime or Pink and still think it's nice because the women are twerking. That might be my definition of nice. Don't force your definitions onto me and think that that's the right way just because you thought it.
What's the difference between twerking and doing the ballroom dancing? I mean, it's a dance. I mean,
I think
Well, one is more
because twerking's looked
He
more.
could just said no dancing.
Yeah, but twerking, and this is not my opinion at all, but twerking to some people is looked at as just a sexual
thing.
event. Yeah, that's what it's looked at as.
Well, if that's the case, bro, then you need to change the ambiance of your restaurant.